why did Five Deuce decide to stay Crip while, you know, the other Hoovers went the criminal route?
I know that firsthand because a few years ago, back in 2007, 8, 9, I was shooting a documentary, One Nation Under a Groove, LA to Tennessee, where I had a lot of OG Hoovers on the documentary, man. Somehow I lost that footage.
Oh, wow.
Thanks to Culver City Police in Los Angeles. But that's another story. You know, once the Crips started fighting the Crips, man, you know, the homies, other than the Five Deuces, the rest of the homies didn't want to claim Crip anymore. You know, because they figured, you know, why be a Crip? Why stay a Crip if we only killing Crips? But, you know, the Five Deuces is going to stay the same. They didn't change the criminal, you know, and that's another thing that got tangled and twisted outside of California, that when the whole Hoover card changed to criminal, except Five Deuces, a lot of cats, especially in Tennessee, thought that that's what it was. And actually in New Jersey and New York, because I had the opportunity to go out there and straighten that situation out, where a lot of Five Deuces thought that they was criminals and Crips, which was the craziest thing I've heard.
Interesting. Okay. So you kind of like an ambassador to go to different cities, and I mean, I guess that's the best word, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm an ambassador, but you know, I was called upon. I said the cat out of Trenton, New Jersey, you know, and Camden called me while living in Los Angeles at the time, and had heard my name in the streets or whatever, and through somebody else, cats contacted me through social media. They flew me out to Newark, New Jersey. You know, and I had the opportunity to meet cats in Irvington and Newark, Plainsfield, and Patterson, Asbury, all was Hoover. You know, they had different sets of Hoovers in New Jersey too, but have a few 107 Hoovers and Five Deuces, and you know, up there. So yeah, man, I had the opportunity to do that, man, because like I said, man, you know, you have these cats who, some of them are run outs, you know, got kicked off the turf, booted out the turf for some from Los Angeles, man, and they'll just go to other states, other cities, man, and pretend to be something that they wasn't or not anymore. You know what I'm saying? And maybe because they grew up in that community, they say, oh, you know, I'm from Five Deuce, or, you know, I'm from Swans, or whatever the case may be. You know? And, you know, for a person who don't know any better, man, they'll believe that shit, you know, and take to it, and then become a fucking active gang member, but never seen the soil, man. You know, everybody has to see the soil. Everybody got to come to the land, man, you know. So they was Five Deuce Hoover Gangster Criminal Crips in Newark, New Jersey. And, you know, I can't take the ambassador role, but I can actually definitely say for a fact, and many can vouch for this, is that I changed that whole narrative, you know, the whole look. So after I left, them guys became Hoover Gangster Crips.
When you get out of prison, are you still active, or are you just like, nah, I'm
Oh,
good?
absolutely not,
Okay.
man. No, I'm not active anymore, man.
No, not now, not now.
Formerly,
Let's take it back to I meant in '97 when you were released.
when I came home, I was fully active.
Okay, still active.
I was fully active all the way up to 2011, man. I was fully active, man. You know, yeah, my name is Lamont, man, but, you know, formerly known in the gang world as NK. So anybody hearing this from any of your followers or whatever, subscribers, man, they'll know who NK is. And I'm big NK. So, you know, I changed that whole paradigm, man, that whole lifestyle, man. I had to make a conscious choice to do so, because I just thought it was very important, man, that we stop killing each other, man. And a lot of the murders that you seen came from cats that grew up with each other or in the same set, man. You know, I've seen a lot of that, Nashville to Los Angeles. So kind of got crazy and watered down to me, man. So I fully backed up, 2011, and try to reconstruct my life, man, to do something more positive and better, man.
I love that.